No.
Yeah, we live. Go.
Yo, what's up, guys? Ash Cash, the financial motivator, and you are now tuned in to the Blowing Bubbles podcast. Guess what, y'all? Stay popping. Let's go.
Stay popping. What's up? What's up? What's popping? How you doing out there? Blowing bubbles, land. What's up? Listen. I'm not even about to do an intro on you yet because I gotta let some folks get in here.
Yeah, let's get some people in here. It's gonna be fun.
This is about to be lit as the
Yeah, it's
children
gonna be
say.
fun. It's gonna be fun. Let's do
We are on Facebook Live now. You can share to your Facebook page.
Awesome.
So your followers can see. And I also try to watch Facebook on my phone so that I can see the comments because, the way StreamYard is set up, people don't.
Right.
They have to subscribe or agree to comment something. I don't know, but it doesn't automatically let me see their comments.
That's all right. We're gonna work this out.
Yes, and if you're joining us on YouTube, thank you.
My bubbles. I missed my bubbles. I meant to bring you some bubbles.
Ask no more, hunty. Woo, wait a minute. That was that.
Get my bubbles.
Yeah. I gave her. I had a really good tube, and I gave it to this guy. Was that yesterday or today on a work site?
Mm-hmm.
Because he was a little bit too angry and aggressive. I was like, boy, what's wrong with you? You need to blow some bubbles. You can't blow bubbles and be mad at the same time. It's physically impossible. You're either going to waste the solution or you're going to be giggling. And he was like, he couldn't do it. See, these don't work. You got cheap bubbles. I said, no, you're trying to do it mad. Stop.
Right. You can't do it mad. You can't do it mad.
Tough contractor. He up there trying to be hard. Girl, before you know it, I couldn't catch him on video. It was the funniest thing. Before you know it, he was like, see, it worked. I'm out here spreading 11 bubbles, y'all. 11 bubbles.
See?
We got some people coming in. Give me a holler in the comments so that I know you are here. Me and Danielle, we are going to get to it tonight. I want some shares. I need some activity for my sister. What? Let's get it. Share. This is the first time since I started the podcast. October 2023 is the first time since I started the podcast that I scheduled the entire month before the month got here.
I'm proud of you.
Never did that. And it was because of you and I. Hey, Tiffany, what's up, guys? Love you. Thank you for joining. I wanted to, when you and I spoke, I wanted to make sure that I was planning. I was thinking ahead. I knew who I was going to talk to because before, girl, it would be like 5 o'clock on a Wednesday. I'm like, let me shoot somebody a text.
Yeah. I get it.
Hey, girl, what's up, Mr. Voice? What's up? Now, I need you to come on here and spit some of that poetry that you do, Harold. What's up, brother? That's my guy, Mr. Outley, the Voice. He is hey, Linda Blue. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I think I just saw my mama's face hit a like button or something. I don't know.
Hey, mama.
I think I saw my mama. She be trying to be incognito, but she be on every device that she owns, on YouTube, on Facebook. Hey, Kenny. That's one of my super fans. Big Kenny, all the way from Toledo, Ohio. We got Farrell, Pennsylvania in the building.
All right.
Ali, he's actually from the D. He represents the D, so I can't call him from Atlanta, even though he lives in Metro Atlanta. But I know he said, "What up, though?"
What up, though?
Hey, what's popping, Kenny? If you ever hear or see Mr. Outley on an agenda to speak somewhere, he's an amazing poet. Amazing poet. So, yes. What up, though, bro? Kenny, that's my boy. Where else we got? Oh, my cousin Tiffany is in Iowa. We stretching across the country. Are we gonna get West Coast out here? We got my mama. She's here. She's down here in Georgia. Yes. So I am not gonna belabor this intro. I just had to hold up for a minute and pause because I wanted to get a few people in here. Please, you guys, give me a share on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you are tuning in. This is going to get so good. So good. I have the pleasure of introducing my sister, my friend, Danielle, that stage mom, Jackson. She is mom, entrepreneur, momager. I just say stage mom because you do so many daggone things, not just managing the. But hey, Yanni Bunny. Hey, Will Brown. What's up, Coco? I have Let me just let you introduce yourself because I don't want to do a disservice to your biography hunting. What are you doing? Oh, wait a minute. What's that face? What's that face? Tell us what you do, girl.
Well,
Like
you
kind of
know,
things like me.
well, I do so much, but you're right. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of 3 boys. They're in the industry as well as sports, from basketball, football. I am a manager. I manage others in the industry. I do a lot. But my platform and the thing that I push the most is I'm an advocate for mental health. I'm an advocate for moms, for women, for people who would not be seen to have some type of mental illness, and to understand what mental illness is, or not even mental illness, but sometimes I like to call it a mental strain. Just sometimes you're just having a mental strain, and it's okay. So that's my platform. That's what I love to work with. So that's me.
Yes, nice. I love it. So I want to get into, first of all, did you see the episode where we had girl mom versus boy mom?
Yes. Yes.
You were
I saw the
absolute boy
comment.
mom like me.
I'm a boy mom.
Ooh, I have 3 boys too. My house was like Malcolm in the Middle. Like my boys.
Girl.
Always so fun. I saw you did a video last week. The boys were wrestling. Oh, hey, we got Dallas, Texas in the house. What's up, Miss S. Evans? Hey, love it. Thank you. Please give us a share. YouTube is popping tonight.
Okay, YouTube.
Yes, come on, YouTube. So what's a typical day in your house with being a boy mom?
Well, that's funny because I am an entrepreneur. So if I'm not on the road, as you can tell from the hotel behind me, I'm at home. And so after getting them ready for school, getting them out the house, I'm literally in front of the computer, preparing for our agency, making sure that our company is bringing in the right talent, making sure we're preparing for the right talent. Also with my 2 other businesses from health and wellness to financial freedom and financial literacy. So after I sit down and get everything, first my coffee, got to get my coffee because I can't do anything. I'm one of those ones, can't do anything without my coffee. My husband also works from home, so we get to share the space, which is really great to be able to be home. And then, after they're home from school, we're hitting either a field or a court. So, the day does not stop after 5. Really, it just gets popping after 5 because we got to get them on, some sports. And in between all of that, I'm giving God all the glory.
Amen.
Church services and the praise team and volunteering at my church and working with, I'm all of that. So there really is no like regular day at my house. And you got boys, so you know how it is. Nothing's regular at all.
Got JJJ. How you doing? How you doing? He said, "How y'all doing?" I don't know what that is. A man, woman, how you identify?
Well, hey,
thank you. Welcome. Now, what are the ages of your boys?
My oldest is 21. He'll be 22 in February. My middle child is 12, be 13 in less than a week. And my 10-year-old just turned 10 in July.
Oh, okay. So you have a gap.
Girl, yeah, I have a gap. When I remarried, I only had Miles, my oldest son, and he was 7 when I remarried. And so then my husband didn't have any kids, so I was like, let's do it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I got him out the way. I didn't care. By the time I finally got married, it was like, kitchen's closed, boo.
Yeah, it's done. It's a wrap. I know. I kind of wish I did the same thing, but here nor there.
Hilarious. Now, how did you become the stage mom? Were you into the business side of the entertainment industry first, or did you transition into that because of your children?
Oh, this was all because of my oldest son, Miles. My oldest son, Miles, for those who don't know, he was he played on the New Edition story. He played young Ronnie DeVoe. That's how he started. But before that, he was a part of an organization called Youth Ensemble of Atlanta. Candy Burris came out of there. Kel, a couple of comedians came out of there. A couple people from Atlanta have come out of there, and it's kind of like Fame. If you ever remember the late 80s Fame, it was kind of an organization like that every Saturday, and he just kind of fell in love with it because the basketball camp was closed and he had to go somewhere. So he went there, and we just fell upon the industry, and I started to learn more about the industry, started to bump my head, make mistakes. And during that time, I was giving other people advice on how to make this industry work. And a girlfriend of mine said, you should start a management company. I had no plans of managing anyone else, but managing my son. And from there, we, since 2016, and here we are.
Okay. You mentioned a couple things. He did something really big recently. Can you mention that?
BMF and Stranger Things. Are those the things you're talking about?
Yes, don't. I will smack you. Look, my bubbles don't even want to come up for that.
I'm working on bragging. I'm working on bragging on God. I really am.
Listen, because God just be doing God stuff. So
he just be Godding, don't he? Like, come on, God. Yeah. And like, I'm coming.
Yeah. And that's amazing. And so how about the younger two? Are they acting as well, or are they doing other avenues in entertainment?
So my middle son, you may have seen him he was on a television show. He played KJ's son in a show. He played the son of KJ. And the show was called, oh my goodness, you would ask me like this. But anyway, BET, he did a show. He just kind of to see if he could do it. And from there, he got picked up as well as Lala's son on BMF. So the funny thing about this is people who follow my son would know that my oldest son played Lala's son in the New Edition story. Years later, my 12-year-old played Lala's son on BMF. So
that's gonna be hey Chanel Jones.
That's my sorority sister.
Right. That is gonna be a trivia question somewhere down the line. I'm telling you. And I'm gonna be the only person to be able to get it right. or somebody who watches the Blowing Bubbles podcast.
Yes.
You gotta be a super fan of the Jackson family to know that detail.
Yeah. So
both of her oldest two sons played Lala's son in different shows.
Yep. And then you have Blaze, my baby boy. If anybody knows my children, Blaze is not the TV film industry kid. He's just a little too blunt and a little too says what's on his mind. And so he just basically told me he didn't want to be in TV because when he's tired, he doesn't want anybody to tell him that he has to smile.
Keep going. Okay.
He doesn't want that. But my young ones do play sports, so they're big. My 12-year-old plays basketball. Big basketball. He plays all over the state in Southeast, as well as my 10-year-old. They're both in football as well. So we're a sports family. Nice. Sports and entertainment, I guess.
Sports and entertainment. So it's seeming like all you need now is an agent.
I'm looking out there, put it out there. We're looking for a show, Jackson Family Values. Anybody want to do it? Come on.
I mean, I'm saying we might have to produce that, sis.
I mean, why not?
We might have to produce that.
I'm with you.
So I'm on it. Say less. I'm going to post the children all night long.
Let's do it. Let's
do it. Awesome. Now, do you do any writing, or is there any? Are you exploring the creative side of the industry so that you can create content tailor-made for your children?
I have been. I have a journal that I laugh at sometimes. I barely pick it up, but I have been writing a television series for the past 4 years, and I really want to get it off. But life sometimes gets in the way, and you put down your uh, those unspoken dreams. Sometimes you'll put them down because you got to do what you got to do to live. But I love to write. I'm a poet. I've been doing spoken word since I was 17.
Okay.
I write poetry. I love literature. I've done that kind of stuff. So I would definitely love to tap into directing. Um, and I mean, I could see myself doing that.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, I could see that
Let's make
happen.
it happen.
Okay.
We're gonna stop wanting and start doing.
Yes,
This
ma'am. I'm on
right
it.
here.
We're
This is
going to
our
do it.
year. We are not like everything that I manifested last year. I spoke things. In December, I did a 3-day business summit. It was a Zoom thing. Christmas Eve, I'm up till midnight on this thing. Like the people who were on there were like entrepreneurs wanting to just go so hard in 2023. When I tell you, they challenged us to write out with clarity, with like explicit clarity, everything that we wanted to do, things that we have been wanting to do it, and then drill down from there. Write a plan that we were going to execute. Man, literally everything that I said I was going to do is in the works, like right now.
Yeah.
This week, the last 2 weeks of my life have been so freaking ridiculous. So I'm saying all that to encourage you and anybody else listening. I'm telling, first of all, if you believe the word, there's power of life and death in your tongue. If you speak the affirmative, you will get affirmation. If you speak the negative, that's exactly what you're going to do.
Yep.
I'm telling you, my life, I spoke everything that I'm seeing right now. It's crazy. Like there's so many things happening. I can't even keep up. Like if you're not with me day to day, you'll be lost. I haven't even talked to my family, my kids, my parents, nobody. I've been grinding. Speak that thing, write the plan, and execute. I'm telling you, we are going to do it. When I'm speaking into you, my sister, we are going to do it.
Okay.
We are going to do it. I got my guy Will Brown. He on here. We are making movies. He's an author. Got 15 books. We are going to do it. Will, you see my sister right here? I'm telling you, we connecting dots. We are pooling our resources. We are doing all the things. God didn't put all of this in us to leave here with it.
Sit on it. No, he did not.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's your charge. I'm publicly chastised.
I've been charged publicly.
We are done waiting.
Okay. Let's not do it.
A book that got me really lit up was called Who Not How. Okay. I stopped when you said life keeps lifing. I have these visions and I have these ideas, but I can't do everything because I'm trying to figure out how to do everything. Stop figuring out how to do everything and figure out who do you know that can help you get it done, and then let that thing go. Let that thing get done. I'm telling you, girl, we've been talking for a year now about what and haven't. It's done. This is done.
Okay.
We'll say, oh yeah, it's happening.
All right, Will, let's do it.
You got.
I'm hyped now. Y'all done got me like, I'm like,
it's getting ready to go down. Watch y'all. Y'all mark y'all calendars. Next year, this time, me and Danielle are gonna have something so powerful. It's gonna be filmed. It's gonna be released. It's going to happen. I'm not playing. I'm not playing no game. No game.
I felt that.
I'm not. I don't even talk a lot. A lot of people don't even know. They just know I do a lot of stuff, but I'm telling you, I'm speaking it publicly because I said everything last year and everything 100%, not even some of the things already. We in October. Everything has already happened. Y'all better start speaking life into yourself. When you tell yourself you can't, you won't.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's literally that easy.
It's just you can't. Yeah.
Literally that easy. But I've been rambling. I usually don't talk for. I've been talking.
I love when you talk. I love when you talk.
Hey, Dominique, that's my big baby. What's up, my big baby? I miss you, baby. I love you. That's my oldest. That's my oldest.
I love when you talk.
Hey, Bailey. Oh my gosh, my cousin in Nebraska. Listen, we are nationwide up in here.
Oh my goodness.
Valerie, she's in Florida. We all over now.
Oh man.
Listen, we are
Thank you
going to
all for getting on.
I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped. I want to. So if you saw the flyer that I posted with Danielle, the main title was called Semicolon Life. We're gonna get deep now, y'all. We're gonna get deep. We're gonna get deep. Whew. Can you tell the people what that means?
So the semicolon life, I can tell you, is a hope initiative. And the reason why I use hope initiative is because some people like to say faith, some people like to say belief, some people like to say hope. We could put all that together. But what the semicolon life represents that there's more to the end. There's more to what you have going on. There's more to your day. There's even more to the situation. And I love English. I'm really big on like grammar. And
can I pause you for a second? Some of this content that's coming forth may be triggering. Disclaimer, we're gonna get deep. So just know. Trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
Hey, Rhonda Edwards. Okay,
we get deep.
Yeah, I wanted to do that because I shared something, a clip from the podcast maybe a week or so ago, and this girl lost it. She's like, "You gotta warn me, that's a trigger." So I want to make sure that I'm being sensitive because this is a sensitive issue. Okay, so can you please continue sharing what semicolon life represents?
So the semicolon life, well, the semicolon represents two identifying factors that may be totally separate, but they remain in that same instance, which means it continues to go. So two different ideas put together to make one full idea. So that's our experience in our life, right? Our ups, our downs, our peaks, our valleys, the good days, the bad days, the births, the deaths, the fears, the doubts, the victories, the joys, the sadness, the happiness, all of that, right? Mm-hmm. Still does not mean it's over. So no matter how sad you get, no matter how frustrated you get, you cannot put a period at the end of that one little identifying factor. Put a semicolon right in the middle of that and keep going. So for me, the semicolon life just means that there's more to your story. My motto is, it is what it is, but only until it's something else. Because we continue to say, girl, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, but until it's something else. And we've got to get strong enough. We've got to have the resources. We've got to have the people in our circle. We've got to have the scriptures. I got Post-it notes everywhere. We've got to have those resources to get us to the next, right? To that something else. So when you see me with my semicolon life shirts on, that's just my reminder to whoever sees me that there's more to your story and you can't give up. Don't put a period at the end. So that's basically it was for me. It's really for me, and it became so full, and it flourished into sharing outside. So I've been blessed to be able to have the opportunity to speak to other women, especially because I'm a woman, right? So I know that's what I'm, I love my dudes and I love my brothers, but I don't know how to be a Black man. I don't know how to be a white man. I don't know how to be, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to be a boy. I just know how to be what I am, and I know what I've gone through. So my platform is usually with women, especially women of color, that may not even understand that the disparities that they're going through their lives is what can cause those deep, dark feelings. Because outside will tell you you're not good enough, you're not dark enough, you're not light enough, you're not thick enough, you're not skinny enough, your teeth aren't white enough, your hair's not long enough, you're not smart enough, you don't have enough money. But who says who I am? God says who I am, not the people on the outside, right? So you've got to continue to keep pouring into yourself. So I could go on and on and on about just being able to not only tap into those resources, but it comes a point in your life when you got to tap into yourself, because she may not answer the phone one day. I mean, mama might be busy. So what is it that you're doing? And I think that was for me, sis. I had so many dark moments, and I'm like, okay, I'm having these dark moments. I got to figure out why am I having these dark moments? Why do I keep going from dark moment to dark moment, and I can't, you know, try to decipher when those dark moments are coming? I started to realize that I had anxiety from fighting depression, because my fear was that I was going to fall farther into depression, that I would act out on the thoughts that I had been thinking. So it became anxiety of
one condition spawned another condition.
Yes.
Wow.
And I call it my lump in my throat. I always tell everybody, I have this lump in my throat. If I swallow, I'm gonna lose it. That was my fight or flight kind of feeling. Like, I'm good. You good, Danielle? Yeah, I'm good. I mean, you know that. You've asked me.
You're always in survival mode, but you're masking
absolutely
the real Danielle.
Absolutely.
What do you think that sense of needing to mask comes from?
Our surroundings, society, believing what society says instead of believing who he says I am. I think that's
you felt like, I mean, as far as you just like, I'm good, I'm okay. You felt like you couldn't share how you really were feeling.
No, because I felt like I was always saying to someone, I'm not having a good day, and becoming a burden. So the devil, or whoever you choose to call it for negativity, for me, it was the devil. I felt was trying to fake me or make me feel as though you were feeling that way about me, when you were like, no.
So you created a scenario for the other person or the people around you that they probably didn't even think, like they would be upset that you didn't talk to them. Rick Ellaby on Facebook said you being judged was probably a concern.
Big time.
And
big time. That's a good one. That's a good one, because we certain people, the whole Will and Jada thing is out, right? So I listened to the whole interview, and my thing was, she said some things that I think people were expecting her to say, because I think she was afraid of saying it. And that's a judge moment. It's like, if I would have said those things, I would have been, raked on the coals just like her. But whatever her truth is, it brought something in her mind to think, if I share this with people, they're going to judge me. And that judgment is what caused the depression. Because like you said, we're masking something that it ain't me. And it was only a certain people in my circle, maybe about 3 or 4 people in my circle, that knew, nah, dog, you might be good, but nah. Yeah.
Wow. The comments are really active tonight. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
So Shawana said, I'm a testimony. One of the things, so I want to interject here. The whole concept of the Blowing Bubbles podcast, Blowing Bubbles is all about a coping mechanism. I used to joke and say, I blow bubbles because punching people is wrong. Like, sometimes I just want to chin check somebody, like, but I don't really look good in no orange jumpsuit, so I just chill. I blow bubbles. But on a serious note, it's like, when I first started to do it, I was going through a grieving period. And it was like, with every exhale, that was bad. But with every exhale, my bubbles is not cooperating. I'm gonna have to get up and get my big bubbles.
We're gonna get you some. Yeah, get your big bubbles.
Girl, I got bubbles for days.
I know you got them all over the place.
I have bubble machines, bubble guns, bubbles. I got bubbles.
That's what I'm talking about. Love
to make my own branded bubbles, but that's another thing. But anyway, the blowing bubbles is a release, physically exhaling whatever my issue is, whatever my problem is. I started to search for it. Sometimes I color. I love to color.
Oh, I love to color.
But I found that you can color angrily.
Oh, yeah.
You just see, you are not going to blow bubbles and be mad. You just are not.
No.
Because your mouth, the mere tension in your jaw and your lips will not let you.
The release.
You're going to waste it, or you're going to be smiling like. So it's something simple. For 50 cents at Dollar Tree, you can get a big liter bottle. And so that's what this comes from, is finding a simple way to cope with whatever it is that you're dealing with. And I want everybody to just tap into your whatever your things are around you, what resources you have, if it's gardening, if it's coloring, if it's blowing bubbles, whatever that thing is, find your thing. Talk to other people. Figure out what some people have done and tried, and try it. You never know what might work for you. It might be cooking. But I caution you, if it's cooking, emotional eating is a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. So, hey, Tam. So,
Hey,
bubble. I know, but Rick is clowning me for my bubbles.
hey,
Yes, Bubble said release. I want to dig a little bit deeper.
Okay.
Have you? What do you feel like? I'm getting text messages. Stop texting my phone. She's a bomb. She's the bomb. I love her.
You say what?
She's the bomb. Just let her keep talking her truth. I love her. That just came on my phone.
Love you
and
too.
That was
love
from Cheryl Martin.
Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So I wanna let you have the space to really share, because I do know that there are plenty of opportunities for healing, plenty of opportunities for somebody else to see themselves in your story and to find the light. So I never talk about people's, we'll call it, issues just for the sake. I'm not a gossip type person. I only, even my own stories, I've survived a whole lot. I never really talk about things unless there's a purpose that can serve to help somebody through.
Right.
So let's get to it, Danielle. Tell us about what did your darkest day look like?
My darkest day was September 2nd, 2017. It was nothing unusual was going on that day. I just remember feeling like I can't do this anymore. Like I just can't fight anymore. I can't I just think that people would be better off without me. Like I mean, like like literally saying it now sounds ludicrous, but literally I know where I was. I was driving down the street. My house has a windy road, and I literally said to myself, "What if I just kind of like go to like if I just
go left of center,
just kind of go off like, and it will come across as an accident, so it wouldn't be." And that's another thing. If you haven't watched the way the Will and Jada thing, that was something that she said that triggered me because I didn't know I was the only one. I thought I was the only one that would have these like morbid thoughts.
No.
You know? And I was so dark and felt like I'm just tired. Again, nothing was really, really wrong. I was just tired. And I think I was tired spiritually. And I had allowed my fatigue to let dark spirits in. And let me say this: whether you're a Christian, not a Christian, whether you believe in God, I hope you do, but if you don't, none of that. My point is your surroundings and what you allow around you and in you. If you're single and you're having sex with,
yes, Lord.
if you, or you're married and you're unequally yoked, I mean, that's a whole nother thing. But around you and in you will come out. And sometimes the way it comes out is not pretty.
Don't know how it's going to manifest.
You don't know how it's going to manifest. And so I had to literally, that was a dark moment for me because I planned it. I literally planned it. And I remember being on the phone with a cousin of mine, and I got to the point where I was like, okay, well, let me get on the phone with her, because in my mind, I was like, it's an alibi. Maybe if I was on the phone with her, that was the reason why I was distracted, and that's the reason why I went over the cliff. I had to have a plan. God said not so. When we hung up, when our phone call actually disconnected for some reason, I pulled over because I was like, dang, I can't do nothing right. I can't do nothing right. And I was like, just scrolling through Facebook. And a minister named Javon Mall, who I absolutely love, he started talking about your special order. And he said that he had gone into the restaurant. Now, this is me on the side of the road because I'm crying. I'm like, I can't do nothing right. I mean, I'm just going to go through Facebook and I'm just whatever. And his story was, he went into the restaurant. Him and his friends sat down to eat, and other people came in after him. But the people that came in after him ate before him, right? So his thing was, he started to get upset. So he called the waiter like, hey, like, I came in before them, and but they're eating before me. And the waiter said, your order is special. You can't have what it's different. And what I got from that is, the reason why I have to go through what I have to go through is because I cannot get the same thing that other people got. I can't get it the same way. I manifested that God was going to do something totally different in my life that I would never understand. And he said, when you opened up that portal for me to work in your life, get ready for those dark nights so that I can show you the light in the morning.
Bam.
Right? So when he started talking about that, I went on live. You know me, I love to be on live. I'm like, I don't care. I'm to be on live. We're on live. And I started just talking about, my spirit is allergic to mess. So I can't eat and digest everything.
Yeah.
Right? He can't make my order just like everybody else. Yeah, he can give you a 5-6 bedroom house, just like he gave so-and-so a 5-6 bedroom house. But he said, no, I want to give you yours paid for. Yeah, I want to give you yours paid for. So she can go ahead and pay her mortgage, but I want you to give the land. I want you to have the land. You know what I'm saying? I want you to have the land to the point where you can grow. You can do different things. So that was a dark time for me, but evidently Michael Steele on what is it, the shade room or whatever, thought I was whatever, and millions of views from that. And I realized I was not by myself.
Wow.
I got messages after messages, people saying how I had blessed them. And my girlfriend had called me in the middle of the night, girl, you on the shade room? I didn't know what the shade room was. I was like, what did I do? I'm sorry, whatever. She was like, no, girl, blah, blah, blah. And that was my time to say that God has designed me to make my vulnerability someone else's strength. That's my journey. I may not like it. I may have some issues with it, but God has assigned me to show my vulnerability so that someone else can be strong. So even though it was my darkest moment, it was really an enlightening moment. It was the moment that God showed my assignment. So yeah, I was gonna be gone, girl. I was out of here.
Let me tell you something. In times of when you have a major calling, a major blessing, major accomplishments, achievements, acquisitions, whatever you're doing, when you are leveling up, baby, you better believe the other side is at your butt.
Ma'am.
You are going to be under bigger attacks, the bigger your blessing. So that right there, that's proof in the pudding that you have such a strong calling on your life. Your presence, first of all, anybody who doesn't know Danielle in real life, just to be around you. Your presence, you command a room. You have like this quiet, but you quiet. But I recognize, I see people for their spirit. I see people for their spirit. So it's like you are that light, even without you sharing, even without you going into superwoman mode and having to tell people what you can do or will do. Your very presence is a threat to the enemy.
I received that.
And so anytime, and with you already having notoriety, especially in an industry that has a lot of darkness woven into it. When you walk in circles like you walk in with that light, you are a whole threat to the dark side.
I receive that.
So don't think that the fights and the challenges and the battles are over. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited that you are where you are because you've seen things and you recognize it, and now you are in a better place. But if you ever get into a place where
I'm calling you. I already know.
My phone.
I already know.
You know, my phone does not go off.
I already know. But you got to know the spirit by the spirit. So that's the reason why you knew my spirit. Is because your spirit is, I mean, it's amazing. It enlightens, it encourages. I mean, this whole, bubble podcast, honey, is just doing what it's supposed to do. So, that's your assignment. You've never given up on me. You, even when I was going through my dark moments, you continue to text me, call me. Like, you may not respond, but I just want you to know I'm here. And that's the energy and the spirit that we need between each other.
Yes. And I credit that part of my personality to my mother. Seeing, so my mother has the same girlfriends that she's had. They've been friends for over 60 years. They still do trips together.
That's beautiful.
Listen, and my father has lifelong friendships like that. So I grew up seeing friends, like true best friends, not having a new best friend every year. Seeing that, I lost my best friend. Hold up, let me bring Liz onto the show.
Hey, best friend.
I lost her 4 years ago. I still ain't right. I still ain't right. We used to joke and say we're gonna be in the same nursing home together and sharing a room. God said otherwise. So that's my partner though. She's here with us.
She's watching over you.
She's definitely here with us. Rhonda Edwards, thank you for your comment. She said vessels of God. She's not listen, girl. That's another powerhouse. That's another
Hey, Rhonda.
Woo! Rhonda's another powerhouse. I met Rhonda. She's an actress. I met Rhonda. I was producing on a series. We were doing a pilot, and when you're producing, thank you, Tiffany. When you're a producer, you might have to do some of anything. So this scene came up. I had to tie a noose. And Rhonda she was in the scene with that noose. That's how me and this girl connected. When I say that I felt something so real and so heavy. First of all, I had to go to YouTube to figure out how to freak out.
Right.
But when I had that rope in my hand, so I want to tell this story because I want people to understand the power of the spirit world. You can't just be doing anything and think it's just nothing. I'm telling you, I physically felt sick tying that noose. It was something so powerful. And one day I'm gonna dig up that picture. I got a picture of Rhonda because I took a picture of her sitting in front of that noose, and she was contemplating doing something with that noose. She said it was deep.
She said it was deep.
Yes. Oof. Rhonda was contemplating going to the other side. She wanted to put a period there in this scene. And I don't know. I can't say what, but I'm gonna find that picture. I don't want to stay on this point, but it was so powerful. I want to make sure that people know things that you do have weight and they can carry consequences. Don't ever be dismissive when you do, especially if you have very known spiritual gifts. If your spirit is open, baby, you are more susceptible to attacks and to things slipping in on you. I went to a period of time where I was falling asleep listening to the Bible app reading to me. I will never do it again. My daddy had to tell me. He was like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Really?
I was going through, I kept having these spiritual attacks. I would wake up fighting, like scrapping. And then one day it looked like I was clawed by something on this shoulder. My mother can tell you I was at her house. God. So she was like, what the heck? You in there fighting? I'm telling you, the spirit world is very, very real. There was something trying to take me down. So tying that noose, even though it was for a production,
it was
I'm
still
still a very
symbolic.
real spirit.
It was still very, very symbolic. And I can tell you of 2 instances when Miles was doing Queen Sugar, and he was filming in New Orleans on the plantation. Y'all, we walked onto that plantation, and I literally, to me, it felt like the ground was doing like this. Like, while I mean, and I'm looking around like, y'all don't feel that? And they like, what are you talking about? I was like, y'all, I cannot. The only place I felt safe and barely felt safe was in his trailer. The moment I stepped on that ground, I was like, to the point where every time he went to do a scene, which I prayed with him, but when I used to travel with them, I would pray with them. But every time he did a scene, I was like, come on, we gotta pray first. We got to pray first. So it is very true. And then I think you remember the time when I was in Oklahoma and I was really, really going through then. And it's true.
I felt you. Listen, get somebody that you really connect with. Because I called her out of the freaking blue. I was feeling you.
Yeah. That was bad. I literally was waking up in the middle of the night, like just screaming. And then I would turn on my gospel music, my spiritual worship, and I would feel at ease. But then as soon as I went to sleep, I wake up like crying and screaming. I was supposed to be there for 2 weeks. I was there 4 days. I called. I said, I don't know what's in this room, what's on this street, what's around here, but ain't no amount of money, not an amount of money is worth my spiritual overtake. And that's how I felt. I felt like I was being overtaken. But but even getting through those 4 days, you got to know that there is a power bigger than you. Because if you try to hold on to this for yourself and think that you can get through this with some crystals, you think you're going to get through them, going to be some rocks to them. They don't care nothing about them crystals. You need to be able to have something that you can substantially hold on to. And for me, it was prayer. And I would say, all right, Lord, Jesus, keep me. Sometimes it don't have to be nothing deep. You need to be like, Lord, I can't do this by myself. Keep me, God, because I'm about to lose it. It ain't going to be no bubbles. We're going to punch somebody in the face.
Period. I have 2 songs that help me when I can't do anything. One is, both of them are Karen Clark Sheard. If I can't say a word, I just wave my hands. That one, and A Praying Spirit by Karen.
Yes.
When I was working construction, I would play A Praying Spirit every morning. I was building bridges for like 6 years. I would play it as I was getting out of my car, putting my boots on, and I would play it. I would bump it, sit in the trunk of my car, trunk up, and put my shoes on before I drove home, because I didn't want to. There were so many evil spirits out there with those guys and how they talk, and I did not want to take that home. Praying Spirit, oldies but goodies. A Praying Spirit, and If I Can't Say a Word. I'm telling you,
that's it right there.
Just
y'all better write them down. Write that down, y'all.
I'm telling you, A Praying Spirit, both by Karen Clark Sheard. Those 2 songs, I mean, they just take you somewhere good, somewhere safe, somewhere higher. Somewhere higher. So now, was that your last? Hey, Cherie, was that your last dark day, September 17th, 2017? Or
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've had some other dark times. But I think what's good for me is I know who and what. I've learned who and what. God first. God, I need your help. And sometimes he will just drop those people in my spirit. Or they'll be dropped, or I'll be dropped in their spirit, like when you called. And then what? I know kind of the things that's causing it. I travel a lot. So when I do travel, I work at hospitals, and sometimes, I'm around a lot of people. And so you have to be careful with the energy.
Yes.
So if I'm around someone that's complaining, it's going to irritate me. At the end of my day, I'm going to have an attitude, and then I can't sleep well. I cut it off. So my mantra lately has been, I can get up and move away from inner energy that I don't want to be a part of. Literally, like I'm gonna get up. And I've been in conversations with people, and they're talking. I'm like, you know what? This doesn't serve me. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I can't do this. And that has helped me because in the past I would be like, no, but Kiki is my friend and she loves me and da da da. And then I started realizing that I am being more loyal to her emotions than my own. I can't
Absolutely.
do that. So
Yeah,
now I'm
don't
learning.
be don't be Oscar the Grouch. Don't let people make you a trash can.
No,
Don't
no. And
do it.
I'm learning my triggers. I'm learning my
Mhm.
triggers. I'm big learn your triggers. Therapy, getting into some therapy. I learned that I recently learned within the past like year that cement trucks give me anxiety.
Really?
Let me tell you why. When I was 10 years old, I was molested by my mom's husband, and he drove a cement truck.
That'll
Who
do it.
knew? I
That'll
was
do it.
good. I'm good. I'm thinking I'm over it. Literally, my
Oh,
hands sweat, lump in my throat. I start to breathe a little heavy. And what I've started to notice is I can control that now. I see it and I'm like, I'm not going to be hurt.
right.
I'm okay. And so that knowing your triggers, knowing how to deal with them and knowing who to have in your space when you are going through that, because I'm going to go through dark moments.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go through
We
dark
all are.
moments. I'm human. I know that excuse me, I live with anxiety and depression. I am an overcomer from those things. I am healed from those things, but I'm living with it. Meaning, it's one of those things you kind of put the trash out. We're living with trash, right? So every night, what do? We tie the trash
Yeah,
up and take it out. It doesn't mean we'll
right.
never have trash. It never we always gonna have trash, but we got to take it out every night, whatever. Or sometimes I have to just take it out, take a moment. It could be the middle of the day, and I'm saying I'm feeling a little trashy, feeling a little. I'm feeling
And
like
sometimes you can go through that ritual of physically getting up and taking something to the trash, taking some burn a piece of paper and put it in the
yes,
bathtub or in the toilet. You have to go through the process if it
yes,
takes that. If you cannot find an immediate support near you, you better figure it out. Find your thing. Find your thing. I
find
want to
your
I want to
thing.
talk on these comments on let me
No,
see. Good conversation. Cherie said,
awesome.
"Hi Danielle."
Hi.
Kirk Franklin. Mine is "He Loves Me" by Kirk Franklin or "Hold
Yes,
Me Now." Yes.
yeah.
And Sam said the seasonal depression is I'm assuming that's something that she might have experience with.
Seasonal. That's good.
That's a big
September
one.
is the month for me
Do you know
because
where the source of that is?
the season's changing.
Oh, it's
The
just that
season
simple, just the season.
the seasons are changing.
Wow.
We're going through a cycle, right? So
Mhm.
you think about the leaves are changing, it's turning from orange to brown, they're falling. So it's not always a bad thing for that cycle because the same way that the leaves are changing from green to orange is now you've got to change your colors a little bit. Same way
Mhm.
we got to change our foundation color. When it comes to
Yeah, we a little bit lighter in the
a
wintertime.
little bit lighter, right? So we got to change. And when those leaves fall off, there's some things we've got to kick off of us as well. But because it
Mm.
gets a little bit cooler, it gets close to the holidays. I'm a lover of Thanksgiving and Christmas. I love, love, love. Like right now, I think that Mariah Carey is thawing out, and I'm excited. I'm excited.
All
And
I
sometimes
want
I
for
don't know if you hear it, but what I hear is y'all hear
you,
that? Y'all hear that? I hear in my
baby.
mind. Y'all hear that? I hear it. I
Where my
hear it.
daughter-in-law? I know she got to be somewhere in here. That's listen. Come
So,
Halloween, she be like hearing the bells. She starts hearing the bells.
yes, like I heard it. I heard it. I think last week the temperature went down to like 50 something. I was like, in my
Who broke the
mind.
thermometer? That's all I want to know.
Yeah,
Who
who
broke
broke it?
the thermostat?
Who broke it?
I just need
So you got to know your seasons. And I think for me, September is definitely for me when I start preparing myself. And also that's my rebirth month. September 2nd, 2017 is when I had my darkest moment and the last time I wanted to, end it all. So I consciously, like, when September hits, I'm doing things just to make sure I'm in the right spaces, I'm in the right energy, and I'm around the right people.
Okay, Shawana said it is weird. Is it weird that October is my anxiety month, but I've been feeling that last few years that I manifest more in October too. So I would say to that, Shawana, that nothing, I don't dismiss anybody in their thoughts, feelings, and experiences as
Right.
weird. Number one. Number two, let's find a way to more constructively express it. So
Yeah.
you're not owning and claiming that it's my anxiety month. First of all, you put possessive on that. Guess what's going to happen every October?
Yeah.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
We're going to ditch that. I promise you, I can't wait. Let me talk about the retreat. Y'all, this retreat is about to be so powerful. I have been studying for over a year on the things that's going to be in there. I just want people to be as set free as I have been. I'm telling you. Oh my goodness. And then I just finished this book. Baby, the title alone is generating
What's the book? What's the book again?
Residue.
Oh,
How I grew from crushed to crushing it.
girl,
This is my first time
feel that.
publicly saying my title because it's copyrighted
Girl,
and it's happening. It's all the way happening.
when are we getting this release? I'm
Black
excited.
Friday. Black Friday. It's
Can we put in pre-orders?
You know what? I can do a pre-order link.
I think you should.
I sure can.
I think you
I will drop
should.
a pre-order link. Let me see what she say. Chanel Jones, definitely allow yourself to feel. Just don't
Yeah.
stay in your feelings. And I've just recently been Facebook. Listen, okay. I need an assistant on this podcast. I'm going between my phone and the computer and trying to stay present with my sister up here. I can't do it all.
Yeah, you need
I
a
really
you
can't
need
do it
an
all.
assistant.
I
We
want to
speak
make
that
sure
into
we stay engaged.
manifestation. I
Yes.
manifest that you will have assistants. I manifest that you will have a team. I decree and declare that there will be no stress, that there will be no anxiety, that there will be full overflow and not overwhelmingness, that you will have everything that you need, that all you have to do is just get on here and speak. I claim and I receive that this will be a podcast like no other, that this will not only be a national podcast, but a worldwide, that people will start blowing bubbles all over the world just simply because of this bubble podcast. I ask that God will do it in his son's name. Amen.
Amen. See, let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't have friends like that, you better find a new circle. What? Oh, okay, Shawana. Thank you for sharing that. I lost both my parents October 16th, 02 and October 18th, 1996. So I think I pushed myself harder in October. That is profound. But at the same time, we recognize what that trigger is. So just be mindful of your words. We can't control. Hey, Kimberly, she said, and it is so. That's what I'm talking about.
And it is so.
That's my ace. That's my partner right there.
Hey, Kim.
Yes, just be mindful of your words. Own that. Allow yourself to feel anything that you feel that doesn't take you too low. I have extreme experience with being taken under by my emotions and being overly consumed, not just consumed, overly consumed with grief and guilt and loneliness, abandonment, all these things. How do you deal with abandonment when somebody died? How? But it's nonetheless a feeling that you have.
Right.
I saw an interview where this young lady had abandonment issues from her mother, and her mother died when she was 6. She felt like my mama left me, but her mom died. And it was in a car accident, so it was really sudden and unexpected. And that the interview that I saw, and it was a clip I saw on TikTok, and I can't find it now. But the young lady made me start to look at myself.
Mm.
And it made me to reflect and think, that's a whole issue for me.
Yeah.
I did, and this was like recently within the last 30 days. I truly did not realize that that is an issue. So, one thing that I always tell people, you cannot fix what you do not face.
Mm.
So, dig deep, do an introspective look. Do me and my girl Kim, we're going through the shadow journal. I got it somewhere. It's right here somewhere. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Y'all,
So,
the first page,
baby.
I was like, oh wait.
Like, am I really ready to peel this
I
onion?
was like, wait a minute. I don't know. Hold up. What? No, it ain't. No, I'm not. No, you lying. I'm telling you.
Okay, wait a minute,
Okay,
Danielle.
right.
Oh, are you able to see the comments on YouTube?
Yes.
It's even harder. Abandonment when you are only child. I appreciate everything in the podcast.
So let me say this. Let me say this because my soror Chanel Jones is on here, and so I want to say this to her and my new. So Shawana is my new friend that I've basically fallen in love with her and her son. So Chanel's lost her son.
Yeah, I was gonna put
in
her
March.
comment up too. Gee.
And her son was my practice at having a child.
Mm.
Her son was my godson, and he basically stayed with me for the longest. And she had her daughter, and so I was. Make a long story short, I told her, if you keep this son, I promise I'll help you raise him.
Mm.
Just I need. And in 2015, we lost him, and that month was hard for her, and of course, all of us because we saw her going through that. I challenge you, Chanel and Shawana, and I've been challenging Chanel for a while, is to speak your story. There's some moms out there that need to hear your story.
I
And
have a segment. Let's do it.
you've got to tell your story. My soror Chanel, my sister, my friend, my best friend, is one of the strongest women I know, like outside of my mama. Like she is strong. But other women need to know that strong women hurt.
Period.
They need to know that
What
and
a
how
damn.
you're getting through that and how you even had to deal with situations of even having to encounter and engage with your son's killers, family members, and still had integrity and still have a heart and still is not in jail yourself. They
That
need to
part.
know that. Shawana, people need to know how you are an amazing mom and how you have gotten through this and are still healing. People think healing is I'm healed. No, 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 no,
Healing
no.
is a journey, not a destination.
Continuous journey. Come on.
Woo!
It's a
Y'all better
continuous
act like that.
journey.
That's why
It's a-
people have setbacks because they think,
because they think that
oh,
they're
I'm
healed.
good, I'm over it, and then
No,
they
you're
get
not.
slightly triggered, and
No,
then
you're not.
it's
And
a
people need to
journey.
see that. But what I charge you guys is to take this month as a month of life. So
Yes.
switch it. So September for me, I just started working on a conference that I want to do next September that I will do every September. And for me, it's like a celebration of life. So maybe you should do something in Jalen's name every March. You know, Shawana, maybe you should do something for your mom and dad's name every October. So
Right.
that joy that we remember from your parents and from Jalen continues to live, and we don't have to just,
Absolutely.
remember him by going to the cemetery. Jalen had so much more to offer. He was an amazing kid. Shawana, your parents, I'm sure, were amazing people. Show people that. Show them
Yeah.
that life does not end at death.
And
Your life does not end.
you know what October says to me is harvest.
Mm-hmm.
Let's begin to harvest those memories.
Yes.
The good memories. Let's think about, so in the harvest, we are gathering all the good things that have grown, and the seeds that we planted have now come, that we got full fruits from our planting. The seeds that we have sown, if it is our child, if it is our relationship with our parents, if it is our career, whatever thing that you have, we should begin to let's help them to find that harvest for their lives in October, and we can help them celebrate. And Chanel, I do a segment called Diary of a Brokenhearted Mother. I would love and be honored if you would join me on the Blowing Bubbles podcast live at 8:45 and tell your story and help to commemorate your son in the most positive and powerful way, and tell your truth and talk to people about that journey. I don't know what I would do if I had to come face to face with anybody who had anything to do. You could have been their third grade teacher, but they took my baby. Man, I'm gonna knock you down too.
Yeah, right.
I can't imagine. And of course, thank God I have never been through that, but I would love for you to come talk with this audience. You are open. Danny got my number. I'm telling you, you guys are such a powerhouse. Oh my Lord.
I want to say thank you because my goal, I posted on Facebook because people was like, what are you?
Take your time.
Who are you? What do you do? And I posted, I'm the plug. I am the cultivator of environments. My whole dream is to bring other women together to get stronger and to be better. And my sister Chanel, I have been wanting her to be ready to share this story because I know that it's going to change some lives and it's going to help people to not be so bitter. That's natural, to help with their anger. But I want to thank you because my whole reason for being on any podcast is to support others. I can't, I can't even brag on myself. People ask me what I do. I don't know. My goal is I know that there is a plethora of women out there that are doing some amazing things. And I thank God that I'm in the circle to, be a part of it. But you bringing women to the forefront like this to allow them to share their story and help someone else is God sent. It's a blessing, and thank you.
You are welcome. You're welcome. I really look at it as my calling. It's not entertainment. I don't talk about celebrities and what somebody's wearing or what somebody's making. I don't care about any of that. I'm here for impact.
Right.
I'm here because families have been united because of this podcast. A man had not seen his son in 10 years, and after this podcast, baby mama saw a clip, and they are together now. A young lady who felt alone because she could not make any friends because she had a heart transplant when she was an infant, so she couldn't participate in anything. She was always sick. I'm interviewing the mother at a conference. This other lady overhears me talking to her, and I'm encouraging her about her daughter, and she interrupts us mid-interview. I'm filming. She said, I'm sorry. She looked at me. She said, I'm sorry for interrupting, but this is my daughter, and she too had a heart transplant.
Girl,
your daughter has a friend now. When I tell you, I'm like, I need a Kleenex endorsement.
Oh, okay.
I am on a mission to change lives. I have never, ever wanted fame, but I know that this is going to blow up, pun intended.
Absolutely.
Lives are being changed.
Yeah.
I am here for it. If I can help heal a family, if I can help somebody find a resource, like you said, you're the plug. I always say I connect the dots.
That's it.
I'm the resource. I put people, I figure out, like I used to say, I played point guard when I was playing basketball. So I can see the whole floor. I run point. I know, get the ball up there. That's what I do. And I still apply that mindset. So, hey, Rashana, love what you're doing, sis. Thank you so much. Tissues, y'all. We're
I
gonna
need
get
tissue.
the support is coming. I already know it. I'm working toward getting into a full production podcast. I'm not gonna be K solo anymore. I'm going to be
Oh no.
I'm going to be in a studio. I have November is mapping out. I already have November 2 dates in November booked. I'm going to be announcing the next week. Oh my gosh. This has been so awesome. So I want to transition a little bit and start to wrap up.
Cool.
Ooh, child, you got me.
I know I'm trying to get it together.
Ooh, this has been amazing. This has been amazing. Kids in Charge said amazing. Yes.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
want to talk about your business, your entertainment
Mhm.
business. Are you open to new talent?
So we have actually opened a section to our management company where we're helping to develop, because I tell people that if there's nothing to manage, there's no need to sign a contract.
Right.
I don't want to hold up your year or your 2 years with hopes and dreams, and you still need to develop. So we have a development section where we're going to help you get your headshots, get you prepared, do what you need, and you can take that with you anywhere. You can go and just market yourself. Um, and then there's times where we have people that are sent my way, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, they're pretty on it, you know. Right now, because of the strike, you know, you all know that the SAG strike is going on. Started with the writers and the actors, and so everybody's on strike. Then,
Right.
you know, people don't want to do right with
Yeah,
so
they did the pump fake about 2 weeks
I
ago.
was I thought we was gonna be like double dutch, and they was like, we just playing. I
That's
said,
right.
so we okay. So anyway, we are taking more clients, but right now what we're doing is literally helping people get ready so that they can stay ready. Everything from marketing and presenting themselves to financial awareness and getting themselves straight. So when the next strike hits, you got some money, right? At this time, we're not actually taking clients, but we are doing consulting. You can always go to our website at let me type it in here. But anyway,
Sure.
we're gonna always could go to our website, or you can reach out to me on Facebook, or you can reach out to me on Instagram, um, any of those, and we can definitely chat. I do a consultation because I like to know what you need help with. Um, yeah, so I was trying to do this, but I don't know what happened. But
Facebook. Okay, so Rashana said, "Love what you do, Danielle. God bless you, sis. Love you. We
I
love
love
you
you
too."
too.
Tam said, "You allowed me to give me volume on what I had, and no more mute. Baby, speak your
No
truth.
more mute.
Speak your truth. Absolutely."
And I'm on IG. I put it in the YouTube link so you guys can find me. But if you can find her, you can find me. I'm one of her friends on Facebook. You can always send me a DM if you just have questions. I love to give advice and kind of just give you my thoughts. Very down to earth. I don't know how to be fake and phony. What you see is what you get.
That
So.
part. That part. And I want to make sure that I put the
Thank
help
you.
hotline on here. It's most commonly known as the suicide prevention hotline. It's 1-800-273-TALK or 1-800-273-8255. If you are having a mental health challenge, if you're feeling so stressed and overwhelmed that you are considering a period versus a semicolon, do not wait. Do not hesitate. I think you can text. Is it pound 988?
Pound 988.
Yes,
Yes.
pound 988 is probably the easiest and quickest method to get the support that you need. Don't wait. Do not wait. It's never that bad. We don't want you seeking a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
That's what it is.
It's never, ever, ever that bad. And think about the people that you leave behind. I've heard people say they're going through something, they're hurting, and they just say, I just want the pain to stop. I just don't want to hurt anymore. I can't. They have a sense of hopelessness. I remember when I first lost my man, and I was going to grief counseling, and girl, that was the worst therapist in the history of therapy. I wish I remembered that heifer's name. I wish I did, because I'd give her. I have like millions of people on Google following me. It's crazy. I'm a top tier Google reviewer, right? If I could remember her name, I'd go back and give her a review from 2017.
Yeah.
She, when you said earlier in the show that you pictured how you were going to do it with driving, and I left therapy one day and all I saw was this truck, and I imagined pulling out in front of that truck. It's going to be an accident. I got double indemnity insurance. So my already like $300,000 or $400,000 life insurance, my kids gonna get $800,000. I had when I say I had the whole thing mapped out, but you know what? Let me tell you how my brain works. Because here's what people need to understand. The believers, y'all, other people believe what you want to believe. I'm gonna tell you like this: what I believe from my God, our day is our day. Okay, so if I had pulled in front of that truck, guess what would have happened? And it wasn't my day. I'd have been somewhere in a dang wheelchair for the rest of the time that God said I'm supposed to be here.
Girl, I've been so mad at myself, rolling myself around. Can't do nothing but turn my neck. All because I was selfish. All because I was faithless.
I can laugh at it myself right now. Like, because I literally had to thought this lady was so reckless with my life. She made me want to pull in front of a semi-truck. And that was in 2017. And you know, I'm good. I've had some, I can say some dark moments, but for me, my most common emotion that you're gonna get out of me is anger. Like, I'll rage up on you.
I have those too.
I will rage up on you. I'm trying to woo-saw.
Yeah, when I get quiet, I'm like,
that's the time. That's when you better just go somewhere else.
I'm trying to calm myself down.
Be somewhere else. Because
and that's for me, that's when I learned
we're human. We are human. And I want people to understand it's okay to feel what you feel, but just learn how to minimize your reaction. I'm working so, and anything I'm saying, trust me, I'm saying it to myself. Minimize your reaction. I'm a very critical thinker sometimes, but when I get in that red zone, oh baby.
I get it. It's a couple people on this call right now that know.
It's a couple people on here. It's a bunch of people from my hometown.
What I do?
Sam said, "Get out of the darkness." Yes, like that, and it would hurt too much. Yes. We have to think about others. There are, in spite of how low you might think your situation is, there are people that love you.
Yes,
there are people that love you, even if the people that you love hurt you the most. There are some people that still love you. There are some people who still find value in you. It's up to you to find the value in yourself. That's the bottom line. I want people to understand loving yourself first and foremost is probably
it is. Let me tell you.
That's the cheat code. You have to love yourself so much more than anybody else, than you expect anybody else to love you. You teach people how to love you, and a lot of times that love is the emotion that drives so much sadness. So I wish I had some of my therapy folks on here. I have a team of therapists that I'm connected to, and that I try to
I need you to send me a list, because I'm my therapist.
Listen, I have them. We're going to have them at the retreat. We're definitely going to have them at the retreat, because I want people to leave their it's a transformational retreat. It's not a conference. We're not going to do no work except for work on ourselves. And let's put this out there. I'm wanting to close us out. The Leandria Johnson. This is how big this thing is trying to get.
What?
This is what I'm trying to. I'm
Yeah.
trying to make it happen.
Get it, sis. Get it, sis.
I'm trying to make that thing happen. So just know,
all right.
you come to the retreat. We are changing lives. Don't come there thinking you're gonna be sitting in the corner like this, not sharing, not opening up. We are changing lives.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want to stay stuck where you at, stay home.
No, I don't want to be stuck.
Period. I'm telling you, we all have some stuff. I had some stuff I didn't even know was an issue. I'm like, oh,
girl, this book right here.
Shadow work. Baby, that shadow, I call it the boogeyman work.
I know it's you be look. I call myself just flipping through the page. I said,
that's why I told my girl Kim. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to start yet.
I know. I put it down. I read the intro. Started on the first page, and when you start having to circle this stuff, I said, "Oh, I don't want to circle that yet." Let me.
Right. So
they lying. Yeah. Yes. So they asking sis about this retreat. They want to know when is the retreat and where. Y'all gotta wait. Y'all gotta wait.
Yes. So okay, a funny thing happened. I was originally going to do it December 2nd and 3rd, and I was working with this young lady who she's a retreat producer, and she and I were talking about partnering up. We had the venue and everything, start getting sponsors, and I kept asking to collab. Let me see your notes. This is what we doing. And she's like, she had a whole different vision. She was thinking of her idea for a retreat. And I was like, okay, listen, so you keep that date. I'll support you. I'm keynote speaking. I'm still speaking at this retreat, December 2nd and 3rd. I'm the keynote speaker. But my retreat is 2024, which I believe I shared with our group one time that I was going to do a retreat. But and it was like biggest day. I had it on my board, my whiteboard across the office. Y'all can't see. I had it on there 2024 because it's what God gave me this vision. And so I thought doing it in December of this year, I was like, oh, I'm doing it early. I'm ahead of schedule. That's not what he said. That ain't what he told me to do. So when I got back in alignment, other things are steady happening. Man, I'm promising.
I can't wait to come. Am I invited?
What you mean invited? What you mean? I'm offended you asked me that.
I'm gonna be there. I'm so excited since the day you told us. I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
So the book sales will start to launch. Anybody with the book is gonna have an accompanying workbook eventually. And that's man, listen, we're doing the work.
I can't wait.
We're doing the work. And the whole residue thing, it started from that night we were together at that one thing. Was that in January? We had that first night.
Yes. Woo! I was like,
and somebody, I don't know if it was you, somebody spoke into my ear. I was kind of in a zone, and somebody said, "Sis, you got some residue." And I was writing a song.
You know who said it? The one that had on that pretty green dress at Queen Afton's thing. It was kind of like fitted, and she has glasses, and her hair was pulled up. What is her name? Because I remember Kiani, because you was laid out on the floor. And
I wasn't laid out. No, that wasn't me. That was Shauna.
Was that Shauna?
Oh, wait, we ain't supposed to be telling you that.
Oh, sorry. That was a powerful night, but she was the one going around and speaking. She was the one going around speaking.
I couldn't remember, but somebody said it in my ear. And I was like, I was writing a song resident, and that's how. And I couldn't finish the song. And usually when I write songs, it comes to me so easily, but I wasn't supposed to write the song residue. It was a book.
I'm so ready for you, sis.
Man, I'm ready. I'm ready for the world. I am ready for the world. I want people to really be healed. I want people to seek out their own residue. And I'm gonna close out, and I'm gonna tell y'all this story that helped me to start the process. The end of January, I went to Florida for a funeral, and I'm a real kind of orderly, neat kind of person. When I go somewhere, when I move, everything's put up the same day. When I travel, everything's put up the same day I come home. I spent so much time. I left all of me on the beach in Fort Lauderdale. I was so tired when I came home. I had nothing. Passed out. Got up the next morning, didn't put my stuff away. So this big suitcase was sitting kind of at the foot of my bed. Get up the next morning to use the restroom. Walk into the bathroom half awake. Like, you can go on autopilot in your space. I tripped over my suitcase.
Mm.
I came back from the bathroom and I looked at that suitcase. I said, Karana, what other baggage are you tripping on?
Mm.
I wrote the first chapter of the book that day.
Mm.
It's literally like, let life inspire you. But it
Yes.
was literally that simple. I didn't know the title yet
Mm-hmm.
because we had just had that session where
Mm-hmm.
somebody spoke residue to me, but I hadn't had the title yet. But I knew that I had to clean up some stuff. I was still
Mm-hmm.
tripping over some stuff that I didn't realize was in me.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
What other baggage are you tripping on?
Tripping over. Quit tripping over that extra baggage. What is you doing?
What you doing? So I'm encouraging you. Listen,
Yes, ma'am.
realize there's some bags at the foot of your bed. You tripping over it every day. Don't even know it.
Mm.
Virtually, spiritually, physically, financially.
Yeah. And you
Financial baggage is the worst. I
finan-
took a workshop. We have financial trauma and don't even realize it.
I'm dealing with that now. I'm studying for my financial advisor's license right now. And because
I have
of the
more.
financial trauma that I'm going through, I've never been taught to save. I've never been taught to invest. I'm learning how to do all these side hustles. But when I get my money, I've never been taught what to do with it. So we have all these, girl, that's a whole nother
Oh
podcast.
yeah, that's a whole nother podcast. I have
Yeah.
a thing, girl. I partnered up with some powerful dynamic sisters. I'm gonna have estate planning. We got the tax planning and
All of
preparation.
that.
We got the trusts, the estate, the
Yes.
budgeting, the finance. Oh, operationhope.org. Anybody needing some free financial counseling, budgeting, business funding, all of that. Operation
Rhonda, give
Hope.
me a call. Rhonda says she needs some help. I'm gonna share with you what I've been doing, girl. You can call me anytime. I'm gonna
Yes,
tell you the truth about
yes,
my messy finances, honey. I got you,
yes.
Rhonda. Let's
So
talk.
I'm gonna do a group session, like a in studio podcast where people can be a live studio audience, and I want to invite so many people to participate because
Please.
we need the fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
We
We need the
remind people
transparency.
we definitely need transparency,
Yeah.
and let especially Black women need to express that we do provide safe spaces for one another.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
everybody is down with the cause, but
Mm-hmm.
we happen to have a tight clique. There's we are about that life. Like I said, my mother demonstrated friendship my
Right.
whole life. It's all I know is how to be a good friend.
Yeah.
My friend Kim is on here. She and I met in 1984.
Oh my gosh, that's
That's
so sweet.
still my partner. You
Oh,
hear
that's so
me?
sweet.
That's still my partner. So me and Melissa, we were cradle babies at Valley Baptist Church. Like we had 47 amazing years together. So
Friends are important.
they are. So with that said,
Thank you.
woo, this has been amazing, Danielle. Thank you, thank you,
Thank you. And
thank
I
you
have to say
so
this
much.
every time I finish my lives or whenever I get off, my main goal is to leave people better than when I found them or you found me. And so, one of the things I want to remind anybody that's listening, even outside my hotel room, people who's on here, Facebook, Instagram, I decree and declare a life of peace over you. I ask that God will give you the passion and the drive that you need to get to your destination, remembering that healing is a journey. It is not a final destination. You're going to be healing every day. That if there's anybody on this call that feels like they want to give up, throw in the towel, say, I'm done, that God will wrap their arms around him and give them a peace that passes all understanding, a joy that is unspeakable, that they will know and not have ways to even explain the peace and the joy and the excitement about life that they've never had before. I ask that God will touch those that have been on this live, that have lost people, that they will use this as something to catapult them and push them into a prosperous, productive, and effective way of showing how life continues after death. Lord God, I ask that you will unmute the tongue of those that have a story, all of us, that you will untie our arms, untie our hands, and allow us to walk and move in our purpose. I just want everybody to remember that it is what it is, but only until it's something else, and that God will take them to that something else. In Jesus' name, amen. Y'all.
Amen, amen, amen. Thank you so much,
Thanks
Danielle.
for having me, KK.
Yes. Okay, y'all. You know how we sign off. Stay popping.
I don't have any bubbles.
Apparently, me either.